Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Done by or characteristic of individuals acting together. The collective mind. Forming a whole or aggregate. Members of a cooperative enterprise. Set up on the principle of collectivism or ownership and production by the workers involved, usually under the supervision of a government. Collective farms. Done by or characteristic of individuals acting together. The corporate good. Possessing or existing in bodily form. Corporate is an archaic term. Organized and maintained as a legal corporation. A special agency set up in corporate form. Of or belonging to a corporation. Corporate rates. Marijuana leaves rolled into a cigarette for smoking. Provide with a joint. The carpenter jointed two pieces of wood. Anatomy. The point of connection between two bones or elements of a skeleton, especially if it allows motion. A piece of meat roasted or for roasting and of a size for slicing into more than one portion. The shape or manner in which things come together and a connection is made. A disreputable place of entertainment. Affecting or involving two or more. Joint income tax return. Fasten with a joint. Fit as if by joints. Involving both houses of a legislature. A joint session of Congress. Junction by which parts or objects are joined together. Separate, meet, at the joint. United or combined. A joint session of Congress. Gather in a mass, sum, or whole. A sum total of many heterogeneous things taken together. The whole amount. Formed of separate units gathered into a mass or whole. Aggregate expenses include expenses of all divisions combined for the entire year. Amount in the aggregate too. Composed of a dense cluster of separate units such as carpels or florets or druplets. Raspberries or aggregate fruits. Material such as sand or gravel used with cement and water to make concrete, mortar, or plaster. Formed of separate units gathered into a mass or whole. The aggregated amount of indebtedness. Formed of separate units gathered into a mass or whole. Clustered together but not coherent. Growing close together but not in dense mats. Subscribing to the socialistic doctrine of ownership by the people collectively. Characterized by the principle of ownership by the state or the people of the means of production. Subscribing to the socialistic doctrine of ownership by the people collectively. Characterized by the principle of ownership by the state or the people of the means of production. A collection of objects laid on top of each other. Clustered together but not coherent. An agglomerated flowerhead. Form into one cluster. Volcanic rock consisting of large fragments fused together. Clustered together but not coherent. An agglomerated flowerhead. Clustered together but not coherent. A blow that knocks the opponent off his feet. Furniture, easily assembled and dismantled. I bought a knockdown chest at the do-it-yourself store. The common people generally. Separate the warriors from the mass. The property of something that is great in magnitude. He received a mass of correspondence. Often followed by of, a large number or amount or extent. Formed of separate units gathered into a mass or whole. A body of matter without definite shape. A huge ice mass. A musical setting for a mass. An ill-structured collection of similar things, objects or people. A sequence of prayers constituting the Christian Eucharistic rite. Join together into a mass or collect or form a mass. Crowds were massing outside the palace. Roman Catholic Church and Protestant churches, the celebration of the Eucharist. The property of a body that causes it to have weight in a gravitational field. Advocating or following the socialist principles. Socialistic government. A political advocate of socialism. Advocating or following the socialist principles. Socialistic government. Of or relating to two people who are married to each other. Characterized by unity. Being or joined into a single entity. Presented a united front. Tending to consolidate. Combining and coordinating diverse elements into a whole. Readiness to embark on bold new ventures. A purposeful or industrious undertaking, especially one that requires effort or boldness. He had doubts about the whole enterprise. An organization created for business ventures. A growing enterprise must have a bold leader. A farm operated collectively.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.